Yo, what's going on, everybody? Today is Monday. We're back with another video. This is, like I said, something we're going to keep on doing. Today is the first of many Mental Health Monday check ins. I want to know how you're doing, what you're doing to cope and keep up with things. I'll let you know what I'm doing, and let's just talk about it. You know, Mental health is a very scary thing for a lot of people still, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it and feel like bringing a light to it is, um, that's gonna make it worse somehow. But I feel like talking about what's going on, talking about things that are going on with each other, make things a little bit better. You know, Mental health is always regarded as one of these words. It's something that gets bleeped out. Very rarely do you hear anyone applauding people for talking out. And as the years go on, it's something that is more recognizable. More and more people are talking about it now that we're coming into 2024. But when I was growing up, it wasn't talked about. Anytime someone said mental health, you always heard something like this. It's a very, very scary subject. But that's why I'm glad with the internet and the way things are today, we can talk about it. I briefly went into, things that happened to me as a kid, but I didn't go into too much detail. So today, I want to talk about that. I was a victim of child abuse growing up. I, at 3 years old, my mom left my dad for another man. We left California and we went to Connecticut. This man was the father of my sister and my little brother. Um, so he was always going to be a part of my life somehow, some way. What I didn't know was how bad it was going to be. As a kid, you lie a lot, you talk a lot of shit, you talk a lot of stuff. It comes with the territory, For me, a lot of times it was just lying about stupid things, but you'd have to stand in front of the clock with your arms outstretched with books. For me, it was dictionaries in your hands for hours, and if you dropped them, there was another hour added on. If you couldn't bend your elbows, straight out, you know. Um, so that was one thing I had to deal with. There was this one time that I couldn't keep my hands up anymore. I'd been there for 3 hours, and mind you, I lived with the my mom and this gentleman from the age of 3 to the age of 8. That was it. So I'm very young. So imagine a 4 year old, 5 year old, you just standing like this, crazy. um, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I was made to go and do sit ups instead. I had to do 500 sit ups before my punishment was over. Now that doesn't seem so bad, standing in front of the clock, going and do push ups. Again, I was very, very little. Um, but some of the more drastic things, one time we were doing a fort in the living room, had the bed, mattresses downstairs, and my sister, she jumped off a couch, landed on her back, knocked herself out. We had to go to the hospital. On the way back, this gentleman turned around, reached around, and started closed fist punching me in the face and blaming it all on me. So that was like the first time I got punched. Whenever he wanted to discipline me, it was always with a belt loop, a hanger, something that could just cause and inflict the most amount of harm. So naturally, I lashed out. I started playing with fire, started seeing what that was like, and I would burn paper towels into the carpet. I wanted to burn the house down. I wanted to be done with it. And that was something that I was dealing with. That was my way to react to it all. And when this happened and this was found out, this gentleman took my hand, placed it on a stove, and burnt me um, very badly. Today, there's no visible scarring. We got lucky with that, but I have an issue with heat, um, where I won't feel it for a little bit at first. And, you know, my brother tried to stop it. I have an older brother. He tried to stop it. He got picked up and thrown against the wall. Um, it was a very bad and rough house to be in. Um, not only was it just happening to us, me and my older brother, but things were going on with my mom and this gentleman. He was beating on her, so it was just a household of abuse. But me being from someone else and being someone else's child, I feel like that's why I got it so much more worse. My dad was in my life. My brother's dad was not. So this gentleman was his adult figure, and I didn't have him for that. He was just some guy that was with my mom. So I feel like that's why I got the brunt of it. There's one time I got beat so bad I couldn't sit down for 6 days. And then other punishments, I'd have to go sit in the corner, making no noise, face against the wall style. One time it was like 6 hours I had to stand there. So it's I've had my reps and I've had my shares, um, and it has not been all pleasant. And somehow I made it through all of that and made it till I was 8. My mom and him got arrested while we were asleep, and we went with my me and my brother went with my aunt, and we were there for a little while. Then I went with my father. My dad took me. I'm his son, and I went and moved to Florida, and from there life got slowly got better for me. Um, some of the things that I do now, because I'm now 34, but I'm just now really dealing with all of this. And one of the things that helps me is talking about it. This is the very first time I've told the world that I was abused as a child. Um, it's not something that is easy for me, even though it appears to be. This is something I've practiced talking about, to myself and to my wife. But it's very hard to talk about it. But at the same time, I feel like it's very necessary, very cathartic to talk about it. And it might not just be for me. Maybe you have the same issues. Maybe you've been through the same things. Um, so in that regard, that's what I went through. This is the abuse that I had to endure to make it here today, to be here for other people, to make sure that my son never has to go through something like that. And so that's what we do. And one of the things I learned early in life, my first coping mechanism, my first love, was the gym. Um, and it still is kind of. I love working out. I love being strong. I'm overweight right now, but that's because I had a reconstructive surgery on my shoulder and my bicep. Um, I haven't always been this big, I promise. But the gym has always been my love. Strongman type things, always been my love and my passion. And that was the first thing to help me focus. So that is the very first thing I will tell you. My first bit of advice is focus. Focus on something. Find something that's you're passionate about. Doesn't matter how big or small that passion is. Grab it, cultivate it, hold on to it, and just let it pull you forward and pull you through. You always have to have some sort of light at the end of the tunnel. The darkness can get overbearing. It can suck, very much so. But you have that focus that pulls you into it. It's the first step. The second step, and this is the hardest part. This is the hardest part. You find somebody, someone, somewhere that you can talk to. Now, whether that is a hotline, whether that's a family member, a friend, whether that's a random Discord, because we have internet these days with Discord channels that are for this. My Discord, we even have a channel where we talk about and vent our mental health issues and where we can talk to people. So that link for my Discord is going to be in the description. So go ahead and get that link and join us, and let's talk. Let's see what's going on. If I don't know how to help you, I'll get you to where you can have that help. So just first you want to focus, then you want to talk. So that's my first two tips. Focus, talk. Do not bottle it in. Do not hold it inside of you for too long. It will fester. It will turn into an oozing wound that will corrupt you from the inside out. And it's vivid imagery that I'm giving you. It's vivid, but it has to be spoken that way because that's exactly what it is. The third thing I would recommend is outside of focusing on one particular passion, outside of talking to someone. I would learn how to breathe, how to meditate. Um, Meditation for me can be anything. There's specific ways that you should meditate. I simply close my eyes, throw on some music, and it's not music like today's music. It's instrumentals, abstract music, and I just close my eyes and I focus on my breathing and I let everything go. And that is the third thing. Let go. Focus, talk, breathe. My fault. Four things. Focus, talk, breathe, let go. Um, Feelings, emotions, they happen for a moment. They keep us in the moment. If you can breathe and let go, you can adjust and you can figure out that moment better with a clearer head. Um, the last bit of advice is just don't give up. Don't ever give up on yourself. If you're the friend that you see someone else going through, don't give up on them. Um, when you give up, that's when everything starts to go bad. And just knowing that there are people that are there for you, there are places that are there for you, and maybe this is here for you. But first, we're gonna focus on our passions. Focus on something. We're gonna talk to someone. It doesn't matter who, what, when, or where, or how. We are going to breathe. We're going to let go. Let that emotion go for the moment. Just let it go. If you got to walk away from a situation, walk away, but let it go. And the fifth and final is just don't give up. We're, you know, it is something hard to hear, but we've all got our demons. We've all been through something, and we can all be there for each other. No one should have to struggle alone. There's also these places, the suicide line. If it ever gets that far, please take the time to talk or call that number. Anyone currently that's dealing with domestic violence, if you can't talk to someone immediately close to you, everyone's got a phone. You can call this, and like it says, it's confidential. This one here, this is more for my military guys and women, my men and women who are in the military. If you got issues going on, you got your PTSD and your anxiety going on, give that one a take. A lot of times military folks come from bad backgrounds, and we don't think that there's anyone out there for us. But I promise you, these three, these two up here for your civilians, these are perfect tools for y'all, as well as Discord. Like I said, that Discord link will be in the bio, the description of this video, and it's there for you. Um, I want to give back and do something every Monday for y'all. It doesn't necessarily have to be tips. I might do some shorts, but every Monday you're gonna get some sort of mental health video. Um, and I appreciate you all. This is a bit of a different video now. We've got some upgrades and some things going on, but I want to say that I love each and every one of you. You have someone here if you guys ever need to talk. My phone is on me. Discord's on my phone. So if I'm not home, I'll always have Discord around to talk. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another Mental Health Monday video. In between then, if you guys want to come and talk, I'm always on kick.com/justice, JVSTYCE, just like the YouTube channel. And I'm always there, whether I'm playing video games or doing music or something. Come on, come hang out, come chill, come talk. It's open dialogue. It's there for you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.